Yeah, Keith, with that 11 o'clock advisory from the National Hurricane Center, that's a big one because it gives an updated track forecast. We've seen small ones that have kind of weakened the storm, but it's still at Category 3 strength at 120-mile-per-hour winds. We're kind of zoomed in on this 11 o'clock advisory forecast track. So, again, this is a little weaker. This position here, Sunday at 8 p.m. with 120-mile-per-hour winds, still a major hurricane. Category 3, 4, 5 considered to be major hurricanes. But you can see that forecast track might be tracking a little farther. It is, actually, tracking a little farther west. We were talking about the model trend, and the model suggesting that maybe it was moving a little bit west, as that trend has been for the last 3-4 days or so. But this would take it as a Category 3 Sunday at 8 p.m., this position right here with 120-mile-per-hour winds. That would give some very strong wind gusts in the range of close to 100 miles per hour in this area, maybe more than that. Again, we'll see, because these storms change constantly, both in intensity and track, and then moving north over Tampa Bay and perhaps a little bit more of Pinellas County. So yet it's shifted just a little bit to the west here. I draw a very faint center line. I'm not crazy about putting the center line on there, but it gives you a rough idea. We're just trying to map any kind of changes in these bulletins. And you can see that is a little farther west of the current track and then gets to be a Category 1. Now, as this storm moves to the north, we do get, and Julie could slide it up a little bit so we can see south of Sarasota. We're talking about the earlier arrival of the storm surge south of the Tampa Bay area. As that storm moves to the north, the winds come around counterclockwise and then push that wind on shore. That's why the storm surge concern especially kind of goes from south to north as the storm moves to the north. But the wind concern, heavy rain, inland areas, we talk about heavy rain as well. You don't have to worry about saltwater flooding here except for the southern part of DeSoto County. But again, this is also a concern. As Ian, what were we saying the wind range was? It's like
205
205?
Tropical storm.
Yeah, a tropical storm force winds extending out 200 miles from the center. So that's just a huge range. It's a large system. The winds are very wide, obviously, across the area. So that range of strong wind gusts goes very 200 miles out from the center on either side. That's just a broad range. So even in Miami, even in Daytona Beach, you're going to feel effects. The whole peninsula of Florida is going to feel that, but obviously closer to where the center of the storm is forecast for us, that's where the greater effects are going to be felt. And there you see the infrared satellite imagery, the cooler cloud tops here, and then of course Max Defender 8 will be a great tool we'll be using the next 24 hours with our new S-band radar. And you can see these lines, these rain bands that are wrapping around the northern side, kind of moving north. Some of that is now moved into the southern part of Highlands County. There is a tornado concern south of there where the tornado watch is in place. Now, these are the areas, these little areas of thunderstorms that roll offshore. Very high speed, a lot of wind shear, can produce tornado warnings, and we've seen several. Just looking at the map, you're probably seeing up to 10 here today from Bonita Springs, Fort Myers, back to Belle Glade and West Palm Beach. You notice how they're slowly kind of drifting to the north, these rain bands, and we'll see more of them. They'll get probably stronger as the day goes along. Same kind of movement from south to north and then off to the northwest, and all centered around the center of this. Now, we're also tapping into Key West Doppler radar to help us out a little bit, but there you go. Ian kind of drew a line here to give you kind of a geographical reference. That's 400 miles, and that's the range combined with, in our radar network, reflectivity to show the center of the storm. Gives you a pretty broad range. This is much larger than Andrew was. It was much larger than Charlie was. So as a result, the winds just go farther out, and of course they have a greater effect on us. And of course, very strong winds around the center, and you can see Key West getting battered. They're very squally kind of weather, just very intense winds, a lot of quick downpours, and then it kind of moves away, unless you're sort of lined up along perfectly in that path of where that rain band's located. Now, we showed this earlier. This is using velocity data out of Key West, and there's some pretty good wind gusts in here, 123, 115 miles per hour. So the 120 mile per hour estimate, what the National Hurricane Center has put on, they're probably using Key West Doppler radar to make these. Obviously, they're still monitoring the system with the aircraft, but you can measure it from land-based radar. That helps a lot. And Marathon getting some strong winds, and of course, then knows that the surge issues on the eastern side that they'll probably feel all the way up into Miami. The effects from this storm it's really hard to comprehend when it's that big, that you can feel it virtually everywhere in the state of Florida from a hurricane, but that's what we're looking at right now. All right, so guys, that's the situation from up here. We'll continue to watch it. Any changes in the track, of course, we'll get the next update at 5 a.m. forecast track update. And I think we've been kind of keeping you up to date. If you've been a regular viewer, here throughout the afternoon and evening hours to sort of map the changes that have led to perhaps the small changes in the forecast track. There's some slightly better news, but we got to continue to watch and respect this major hurricane potential landfall for us. Both heavy rain, high winds, and of course the storm surge issues.
That width you're talking about, Steve, is just remarkable. 403 miles. I mean, this bad boy's going to start slapping up into the panhandle. I mean, no one's going to get out from feeling this.
Well, some effects, lesser amounts obviously across the state, but if it's tracking closer to the west coast of Florida, because we're so vulnerable to water and storm surge, etc., especially felt by us.
All right, Steve Jerve and his team up there in the forecast center, we're going to be getting back to you very shortly. Thank you, pal.